Feature Friday.
The freshest.
Because I do want to see your studio, mate, because it looks unbelievable as well. Look at your office.
This is like my BTS corner. I love BTS.
I love it.
I love BTS.
Okay, now let's talk about that. That needs to be spoken about. Tell me all about how did you feel in love with BTS? Because for me, it was seeing them live, performing live, like in one
you
of
already saw them live? Oh
no. I haven't seen them in a concert, but like watching footage of them performing live on YouTube. That for me was like, yeah, that's it. I'm done.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Well, it started last year. Actually, I've seen and I've known BTS for years already, but then I never got so hooked. I don't know why, but some of my friends are all BTS fans. They're all ARMY, and then they would encourage me to, "Mom, listen to this." I'm like, I can't understand. I'd be like, I block it off. And then when the pandemic started last year, and it was around September, that Dynamite came out, and then I said, "Oh, finally an English song." And then I listened to the song. It really was good. And then I saw them perform. And then since we weren't doing anything, since we were all on lockdown, I started researching on them, and I went back to their roots. And more than their music and more than the performances, it was their story that really hooked me up. It was very inspiring, and I saw a part of me in their story. So like these young kids who just wanted to perform and be seen and be supported. I saw myself in them when I was starting, and I started listening to some of their songs, and I learned that their songs are like what we mentioned a while ago. Some of them are like stories of their own lives, stories of their friends, and that's how it's supposed to be. It's like a platform for you to tell stories. And also, what's nice about them is they use their platform to inspire people and make people, put people in their places, that especially the ones who are lost. They kind of give you this. They kind of attract you and bring you to their own world of happiness and peace and just good vibes. So that's where everything started. And now all the ARMY fans would send me stuff, and they would send me albums and stuffed toys and whatever merch.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's where I started getting hooked with BTS.
I think what hooked me, or what really made them stand out to me, because we were really trying to understand the Korean industry itself, because I think since last year and a half, I kind of saw that. I think what the Korean industry is doing at the moment, it's really impressive in terms of production value, videos, the amount of content they put out often. And it's elite stuff, it's really, really impressive. But obviously BTS was one of that stood out, and this was before their English songs. And I think what made them really impressive is the fact that they could make music that could also have a positive and encouraging message behind it, but was also rap, or was also hip hop, or was also R&B. And it kind of broke that idea in my head that, I'm an R&B guy. I like rap. I rap myself. So, and I guess being around rappers and it's a different world to what these guys offer in terms of rap and R&B. It's like you actually feel it's like I'm doing something good because I'm actually saying things that encourage other people, or I'm saying like just the idea of like love yourself. It's like, what the fuck is that? It's obvious, right? But not many people genuinely utilize it in music with such genuinity. So I think that was something that obviously I think, and I'm probably not the only one, but it did call my attention as individuals, that it seems they're really good people that also perform.
Yes, exactly. That's and that's what's nice about them, is because of their purpose. You kind of like to stay there, because it's always happy, it's always good, and there's no drama, and there's no stress. And like what you mentioned earlier, like even if it was rap or R&B, or even the mere fact that it's in Korean, it still speaks to us, even if you can't understand the lyrics.
It breaks barriers,
right? So,
right? Yeah.
Right. So they're amazing. They're really geniuses in their own rights.
Very, very well. Ironic with them actually is that at the start of their career, they were essentially a rap group.
Yeah.
And one of the things that impresses me the most about people that like BTS is that some of them, you know, sometimes they send us messages and they're like, "Oh, I actually got into hip hop
because of
BTS.
Yeah.
You know, but before when I would listen to hip hop, I couldn't stand it. Or like pop, you know, for example, I'm not a big pop fan. I don't really like the charts that much. I seem to like more what's away from the charts for some reason, and ballet seems to like alternative and weird music. So it's like pop is not really a thing. But when it comes to a lot of, you know, for example, like I think Filipino pop for some reason is popular in the house.
Yeah, it's very good though.
Korean pop is popular in the house too. So that was one of the also mind-blowing things, that you can, even genres are different in different parts of the world, and they provide different values, and cultures tell different stories in different ways. So I think definitely BTS is one of those that comes to mind when it comes to, if you want to show someone world, you know, from different parts of the world, what good quality music can sound like. And now that they're obviously breaking through number ones like every bloody week, I think everyone's knowing about them anyways.
Yeah, and again, thank God for technology that we get to discover all of these things at the click of a button, or on our phones, or on our computers, right?
Yeah,
so
I think
thank God for technology.
Absolutely, and I think it's also so clever, right? That you have so they have so much creative freedom over what they decide to showcase. So they really do have that thought process behind the product, and I find that those are links that a lot of the times in popular music are lost, that that link between creativity and message and final product. Those three links sometimes are kind of lost in the way.
Yeah, they jump to the part where do we earn money?
Exactly. Yes.
That's the problem always. Which part?
Yeah, but you know, that's important too. Like, I mean, you put so much time and so much effort, you invest so much. It's go get your money, but also give me, you know, the links in between.
Right. That's true. That's true. That's what's difficult here in the Philippines here now, is because of course we're very limited with the budgets and stuff. But the creative aspect is overflowing. A lot of great and creative minds here in the Philippines. It's just so sad that unlike in Korea, they are well supported. They are, there's a lot of support from a lot of people. But here in the Philippines, if they want to be sure that if they invest here, will we get our money back or more even? So which is also acceptable, but I just feel so sad when I see a lot of amazing talents that are just giving up and looking for another job because making music doesn't pay well. So I really do hope that one of these days there's going to be like a huge influx of support for Filipino talent, not just the singers, but of course the
creatives,
the creators, the writers, the composers, the arrangers, the people behind the camera, because these are the guys who actually are important, not just the artists.
They're the ones that kind of allow the artist to even be able to then reach the level to it can be published, so definitely a lot of credit to all of them. I think also, Jed, it's probably going to occur that moment of huge influx of support and kind of notoriety. I think it's going to happen in this next 5 years, because
I think so too.
It's special what's kind of happening with like the lads from like SB19. It's special what's happening with people like Moira de la Torre and
Ben and Ben.
Ben and Ben. I think it's really special what's going on. I also would mention someone like Inigo, who Inigo Pascual, who's kind of opening up that island tropical sound that I think is so worldwide.
And even KZ Tandingan.
Morissette, obviously.
Morissette,
These girls, I think it's gonna happen in this next kind of 5 years, where maybe similar to how BTS opened new eyes, not just to BTS, but also to the Korean music industry. Because thanks to BTS is how we also discovered some of our favorite musicians and singers, drummers that are from Korea, and they now happen to be some of my favorite musicians. So I think that influx of kind of attention and notoriety, because the quality of the product is there.